big plays they hit. Is that something that on the sideline or maybe in the locker room has already been discussed, and you guys have maybe awareness of why it happened, or you'll have to see tape, or what is being said?
Yeah, exactly. I got you. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, Andrew. One of the things about it is like, sometimes, you know, there's Marshawn Lynch, you know, you're going to get yours, but sometimes you get got, and you play fast, and you make full speed decisions. Sometimes they you know, I'm not going to say they got lucky because they beat us, you know, they did better than us on that play. But there's some stuff we need to work on and improve and prevent those things from happening. And there's some looks we didn't really expect to get, and they did. So I mean, credit to them, and we're gonna fix it and guarantee next week or from the future if they try to do that stuff, we'll be prepared for it. But yeah, we got reprimanded for it. I mean, you betcha. We all got our butts chewed out for it. So
right there on the sideline or
on the sideline,
on
the sideline, and I mean after the game it is what it is right now until we go back and watch film. But I feel like they were more creative in the way they beat us, and you know sometimes it was just like we ran a stunt inside and it was just they happened to run the right play. So.
Who was the scout team quarterback in those running guys?
Thanks, Chase.
Who was the quarterback on the scout team?
I could try to answer both at the same time. That's going to be tricky, though. All right, who's the quarterbacks on the scout team?
For the running quarterback, give me that look.
For the running quarterback, it was Brandon Peters and Alex Malzone. And I think there's a new walk-on quarterback that he was like 6'8". He got a couple reps too, but mostly Malzone and Peters. Peters is pretty quick. You know, I give that to him.
Did they look similar to what you saw out there?
I mean, the first quarterback they had out there, I don't even know his name, but he was a great athlete. So it's pretty tough to emulate. You know, but they pretty much did what we expected them to do. They dropped back and we expected them to scramble. You know, once they realized they couldn't pass them.
What of all the positions you played on the football field, why do you like this cover on the edge?
I just think it suits me. This is the most overused quote I probably have, but it's true. They didn't chase and not block or anything else. So it just lets me get out there and play, and that's what I was recruited for. And sometimes you know you don't choose your passion chooses you. You don't choose your skill sets. Your skill sets choose you. And I feel like I can rush the passer pretty well, and I have fun doing it. So that's why I like it. And I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can.
You seem like you're pretty excited. How did you contain the excitement last night, or when you figured out you were going to be getting the start and being that involved this week?
It was tough to sleep last night, and I mean I was just lying in my bed, and I also talked about this in my one Instagram post. But I mean it really was like, you know, every night before I go to bed, you know, that's when you think like the last thoughts you have, like that's one of them. You know, how do I get to that point? And I mean, to realize that, you know, it's finally here. It's upon us with something special. But I just was thinking to myself last night. I remember I was just like, all right, this is part of the process. Like, just go to sleep. You know, that's it. That's the next step. You know, that's all you can do in this moment to help you. And you know, everything else was already in the bank, preparing it up. So,
Coach Harbaugh said you guys made adjustments from the first half to the second half. What was it that you did to kind of contain the scramble better?
Right. I mean, we knew. I don't even know if we contained the scrambles better in the second half, but like later on, like I felt like I changed my pass rush. I wasn't as aggressive to get around the edge like towards the end of the game because I was, you know, we were aware that without their quarterback, like they easily could just scramble up the middle, and they wanted to do that. So that's just some of the adjustments. Like as a player, you learn like kind of like how the offensive lineman sets and you feel it. Like it's just something that's why I felt like my game oftentimes, like even when I was in high school playing basketball or football, like I feel like that's why I am. Like I get out there and, you know, I feel it out and get everything, like all the jitters out of you, and then you learn and you see how the player plays, and I feel like that's what separates me from those two. Is I get better as time goes on, in my opinion.